For the past few years, mainstream horror games have looked something like this.
What do you think?
Jesus!
And while I have nothing against these games, something has to be said about an unassuming village lying in wait within From Software's Elden Ring. A place that, rather than relying on loud sounds and constant jump scares, takes a few steps back from typical scares in order to make something truly unsettling. This is Dominula, Windmill Village, why subtlety is scary.
Something that helps make horror so scary is the build-up to the reveal. In other words, the build-up and release of tension. In the Windmill Village, the player is left to find clues and piece together what happened here, building both interest and suspense along the way. It's worth noting that happening upon the village is nothing out of the ordinary. After all, villages like these are far from rare in Elden Ring. They are often places where you can acquire new weapons, items, and upgrade materials. A landmark that naturally draws the player in because it is up to the player's own interpretation. Many would have never found this area so disturbing. Some may even find it amusing, or just plain weird. At least upon first glance. It doesn't take long to pick up on the feeling that something about this village is extremely off.
Getting closer to the entrance, you can see the buildings are adorned with flowers, and the villagers are all dancing happily. A far cry from the war-torn villages spread throughout the game, teeming with enemies that attack you on sight. However, any notion that this may be a friendly place goes out the window when you see the option to interact with a ghost, which states the following. Now this is really nothing new in From Software's products, as many areas across the Souls series have themes of implied torture, killings in the name of research, genocide, cannibalism, and many more things of the like.
But the concern then arises when the party that did these heinous acts are dancing. Like they aren't concerned about what they have done, or even you, the player for that matter. The fact that they're dancing gives off the impression that they acted not out of war, vengeance, spite, or necessity, but out of pure enjoyment. They delighted in whatever it is they have just done. It gives the feeling that whoever these villagers may be have already won. As if even if you beat every single one of them, they still achieved their goal. It is even to the point where none of them are hostile until provoked. But what exactly is it they did? What was their reason or goal? With such little information directly given, it invites the player to ask,
who? What? How?
I sure showed that puppet.
I don't know why we're recreating the noise.
While nothing's outright said, it isn't From Software's game design philosophy to show rather than tell, making the horror all the more effective. A lone woman can be seen licking blood off of her knife. The stables surrounding the village are littered with corpses of skinned animals. The weapons the villagers use are decorated with skulls and bones. A lone godskin apostle walks among the village for some reason.
It's Craig!
Yeah. It's tiny puzzle pieces like this that give players just enough information to guess the events that led up to this point, but not enough to truly know the whole story. And more often than not, we find wondering what happened sticks in our mind a lot longer than knowing what happened. Our minds fill in blanks with thoughts far scarier than anything on screen. And this doesn't just apply to Elden Ring. Lack of information and the building of dread have been used in countless movies and games over the years. It's what makes these experiences truly memorable and unsettling, because while a jump scare may get you to jump from your seat and give you a moment's panic or short thrill, subtlety sticks with you. Subtlety is scary. Roll credits.
Posture check.
Jiminy Crickets. Ooh, well.
Don't just that.